Hello, Miss James. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Getting ready to get started here in about 2 minutes, okay? You all can go ahead in
Can you
another
hear
tab.
me on the other end?
You all who are joining remotely can go ahead and open up in another tab. Go to that web address there. That's you should see on the screen. It's bit.ly/Alcoa 7-21. Come on in. Well, I have some folks joining remotely, and normally people don't show up till the very last minute. So if they come, great. If not, it'll be more intimate, and we'll maybe be able to cover more, right? And those who are joining remotely, go ahead and, if you would, mute your microphones so there isn't a echo or distractions. We'll have a time at the end for questions that we can get to. You're here with us. Go ahead and go to that web address, bit.ly/Alcoa 7-1. Good afternoon, Mr. Baoni. If I'm mispronouncing that, forgive me.
You got it right.
Yeah, all right. I'm usually not that great
Yeah,
at
it's a tough
names.
one though, but I'm surprised when people get it, honestly.
All right, we want to go to this web address here that you see on the slide, bit.ly/Alcoa 7-21. So go ahead and pull that up in a new tab. And those joining, go ahead and mute your microphones. This session is being recorded. We do record every session that we do here, and we post it later on. So if you need to go back and visit this later, you'll have that as a resource. We have a couple people who have joined us in person, and the virtual folks are actually outnumbering us right now. So that's fine. Glad everyone could join us. We will go ahead and get started now. I want to draw your attention to this slide. I'm going to unfreeze my screen here. On this slide that you should have access to right now, in the lower right-hand corner, you should see the resource doc. All right, and if you click that button there, you're going to see a little URL pop up. Go ahead and click that if you would, and when you do, it'll take you to this this Google Doc right here. So this is my training agenda. These are going to be the things that we cover. Depending on how fast we go, we may or may not get through all of them. There may be more that we cover. All right, then you'll notice down at the bottom we have 3 nifty little buttons here. Website assets, that's a good one. Those are some graphics, a video, and some text that I'd like you all to go ahead and download. So if you click on that link, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to a shared folder that I have. You can see there are it's some content in there, and what I'd like you to do right now before we get into the training is to go ahead and download this content to your computer, because we're going to be working with it. All right, so the way that, oh, Mr. Pendergraft, is that the computer? Okay, you can just leave it on the table there, and I'll take care of it later, okay? Thanks so much. You're welcome. All right, so to download any of these files, you're going to control click on them, and then you'll choose download, okay? So go ahead and do that with all of them that you see there. You won't do that with the text file, though. you're just going to be able to open that up. And you can see the text there, all right? All right, so I'll give you a few seconds to go ahead and get those downloaded. By default, these go to your downloads folder unless you've changed that directory. Then you'll have to hunt and find them when we go to insert them to the website. All right. At this time, am going to go ahead and switch over to my Edlio teacher profile here. And as we get started, what I'll need everyone to do is to navigate in a new tab to the website that you are associated with. So if you teach at the elementary school, go to the elementary school website. If you're at the middle, go to the middle. All right. Each web address starts with AHS, AIS, AES, followed by .alcoaschools.net. All right. Go ahead and get there. Once you arrive at the website, you're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you're going to look for this login button here, okay? This is how we log in to the website. Now, Edlio is the company that we work with. They build the website for us. They manage all of the users in our system here. So we'll click that login button, and you're going to enter your username. That's going to be the first part of your email address. And of course, your same password that you use when you're checking your email. If there is a problem logging in, I don't have time to actually fix that right now during the training, but you can just follow along if you would, and we'll get it taken care of whenever we're finished. All right, click sign in. And then when you do, this takes you to the Edlio backend, right? This gives you access to all the areas that you have been allowed to access, right? So the first thing that we want to do is go up here to our account. So in the upper right-hand corner, go ahead and hover your cursor up there, and you can see we have three options: dashboard, profile, and then log out. Right now we're on the dashboard. The dashboard gives you a quick look at all the things that you could possibly control. All right, let's go back up to account and let's choose profile. In the profile area, you can see that you have a spot over here on the right where you can add your picture. Now we're only accepting professionally done school photos, right? That's what we're asking folks to upload. I know they recently took some photos at the high school. I'm not sure if they've done it at the middle school yet. Your building level tech or the person who's taking care of your yearbook should be able to provide you the photo once it's been taken. Once it is and you have access to it, what you're going to do is click that icon over on the right, and then it's just a matter of choosing the photo from your computer and then uploading it. Okay? If anything else needs to be changed here, you could go to edit your profile. I will say that this area is automatically pulled down from Active Directory. So you could make a change to it right here. And when the sync occurs between Edlio and Active Directory, it just reverts back to what's coming from that service. All right. So in a lot of cases, we have the position simply listed as teacher. If we want to get more specific with that, we certainly can. We would have to make that change over on the Skyward side. So y'all can let me know about that. We are limited, though, to a certain number of characters. So if your job description is pretty long, it probably won't fit. So we might have to get creative with how we title that. I can't remember. Emily is here joining with us. She works with Skyward all the time. I'm not sure. Do you know off the top of your head what the limit is, character limit?
No, I'm not sure.
It's not much. Yeah, not as much as we'd like it to be. All right, so you can see there's some other controls here. Additional information. If you wanted to list that info, you certainly could. I mean, I don't know if you really want to give out your cell phone and post that on the website. That's just an invitation for any and everybody to start calling you. Okay. And then, of course, if you do enter some info, you'll want to make sure that you save the changes before you exit out of this page. Okay. We'll cancel out of that. And we're back here. All right. So that's basically the profile area. Not too exciting. But if you did need to change something like your photo, this is where you would do it. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard. Remember, in the upper right-hand corner, we'll just hover our cursor over here, and we'll choose Dashboard. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at our pages. Now, based on the level of access, you could have site-wide access to pages, or you could also just have personal pages. Everybody has personal pages. All right. If you've been, if you're a member of a specific department or a club or a service that we have here, you might have been signed some rights to another area. And you may see that when we move to this section here. So let's click Pages. Okay. So what we're seeing here is all the pages that we've created. Now, if you have rights to other areas, before you saw this screen, you may have seen a category page and then personal. All right, so we're on the personal side right now. I just have the one page that I've created right here. If you don't have a page, you don't see anything listed here, that's because we haven't created anything yet. All right, and we want to go ahead and do that. So we're all on the same page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to delete this existing page. But before I do, I want you all to see what it looks like. So if I click on this link here, this is the public link. So if I send this to anyone, they can see the public side of my website. So if I click that, see it opens in a new tab. This is what my website looks like, my personal page. You can see I have a little bit of information about myself. My profile automatically appears over here on the right. And then I have the Google Classroom classes that I've connected that are displayed down here. That's automatically generated once that link is created. All right. So if I want to totally remove that, which is what I'm going to do, I'll come back here and access what's known as the quick menu. When we click on that, you can see we have some options. We can go right in to edit the page. We can take a look at the public view. This is a nice feature here, the publish history. So if you wanted to go back to a point in time and revert back to those changes, you could actually do that. Unpublishing the page basically just makes it invisible. You can still see it, but the people on the public side won't be able to see it. Right? It's like putting a blanket over it. Right? You can copy a page and also delete a page, which is what I'm going to do now. I'll choose delete, and there it goes. All right. Now this might be what some of you see next. All right. So let's say add page. When we do that, we have several options. We could go with a blank page. We could create a page that's just a link to another page if we wanted to. We could have a page that features videos, a photo album page, a calendar page, or a links page. All right, it's going to be up to you. But for right now, this training, we're going to start with a blank page. And if you already have one created, go ahead and open it up so that we'll all essentially have the same view here. Now, at the very top, you see where the cursor is blinking here. This is where you name your page. And for all the teachers here, we've asked them to name their homepage profile. Okay? So simply type in that field right there and type in profile. All right. All right. Now, over on the right, you have different types of layouts that you can work with. Notice how they appear. You have one over here, the first one, the top left, is going to have a side menu on the left and a larger area on the right. Basically, these are different layout options. If you don't want that, you can switch to another one, which is a big, solid website, nothing on either side. Okay? These are actually pretty cool. These bottom ones here, these are these are dubbed hero layouts because it takes a large image and it puts it right at the very top. And I think just for demonstration's sake, we'll go ahead and use that. And I'm going to choose this style right here, the one in the lower right-hand corner. All right, we choose that. You can see what it's going to do is it's going to leave us an area right up here and then sections over here in the middle and then on the right. So it's up to us now at this point to just add the content. Okay, so let me show you how we would go ahead and put a picture at the very top of our page for that hero layout. Now, I asked you all to download some of that content earlier on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of those pictures. Rats, I just realized we can use those pictures, but it's not going to look great. Okay, so let's go ahead and click add. All right, so we're going to choose the photos option right here. So basically a block is just a section that's going to appear in another section. All right, so if I chose photos, all right, it's going to give me this menu here. It's going to say upload your photos. So let's go ahead and do that and see if you can find a photo that might be in your downloads folder. All right, so I'll go to my computer here and I'll go to the downloads section. Here we go. Let's see if I can preview what these are going to look like. If I go to columns. That's not bad. I can do it with that one. Oh, that'll work. Okay. So I'm going to choose sample photo 1. So watch what happens when I click open. Okay, it's going to bring that in. And then what Edlio requires you to do is to add some alt text. All right, this is for screen readers. It has to do with accessibility. So if we click that little link there, we can just give this a name. All right, I'll call it top photo. And then we'll click save. All right. Now you do have some options over here, and that's what this little gear icon is for. You see on the right. If you click that, okay, you have different layout options, and you can play around with the width. If you want this picture to extend to the very ends of your page, you could choose the full option in the lower right-hand corner. That works for me, so I'm going to select it and then click save. All right, look at what it did. Okay. So it placed that photo up there at the top. It's pretty huge. Why it's called a hero layout. Okay. Now, anytime you make a change to your website, you're going to see down at the bottom these two buttons, Save Draft and or Publish. Save Draft just keeps the local copy for you. It doesn't go public until you click the Publish button. So if you want the world to see it and you're ready, go ahead and click Publish. I'll go ahead and click Publish. And now it's out there. Somebody could access this page if they had the URL. Well, where do I get the URL? Well, if we go back to our pages, and this is another way you can get back to your pages. If you just move your cursor over here to the left, the hamburger menu, and click there, you go to page management, and then you can see all of your pages right here. And there's my profile. And here's the public link. If I click that, there it is. Okay, live. Maybe I don't like that layout. I could come back here to my page, click on the gear icon again, and I could say, you know what? I want this to use the constrained option here, and then save that. Now I'll publish it. Come back here to my page and I'll refresh it. Let's see what that looks like. It's a little better. Not quite as obtrusive. Okay. All right, let's go back. All right, so that's the top section there. Let's go ahead and start looking at this this area right in here, right, our main area. So let's click the add button. Add is going to allow you to add all kinds of content here. All right, you will most likely choose the first option, which is just content. Now from here, what you're going to be able to do is to type in text, links, You could embed content if you want to. And with all your text, you have different ways to format it, different text styles that you can work with. You can add a table, although I do not recommend it because tables rendered out on mobile devices normally don't look that great. And then you can add some other pictures to this block as well, other elements, and then play around with the layout here. All right. So remember that document that we had that had all the filler text in it? If I come back here and I go to that link, actually I have it right here. It's a Google Doc. I'm going to grab some text off there and I'm going to try to bring it in. All right. So you all go back to that Google Doc and here we have it. All right. So let's copy this text. Okay. Click the edit menu and then choose copy. Then if we come back to our website, now this is important. If we just paste this in as is, it's going to take that formatting that was on the document and it's going to embed that. It's probably not going to look good. All right. So you can see what happens. If I choose paste, see that? Doesn't look great. And if this is a little hard to see, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, so it looks like a typewriter typed it. All right, that particular style. All right, and if I publish this and then refresh the website, you're going to see, here's what it looks like. It doesn't match the font down here very well. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. If we come back down here and I get rid of that text, all right, remember I still have it on the clipboard, but watch this. If I click the edit menu and choose paste and match style, it will bring in the text and it will use the same default style that this web page uses. So now when I publish it and come back here and refresh my page, see? There's another way that you can remove all the formatting. So if we pasted it in, here we go. You could select it. Now, if you look at your toolbar up here, there is an option that will remove the formatting, and it's going to be this one right here, clear the formatting. So whatever style has been applied to it, you can quickly remove it. Okay. Before we move any further, I do want to draw your attention over to the right. Now, I may have alluded to it. Under Actions, if at any time while you're working on this, you want to see what it looks like, just know that you could come back over here, go to your page options, look at the public view, copy, unpublished. So some of the things that we were able to do on the other area, you can also do it here. Okay. Now, while we've got this text here, I'm going to grab a little bit more, maybe that second paragraph. Whoops. There we go. Let's copy it. Come back. I'll strike the return key a couple times. And then I will edit, paste and match style. Here we go. Okay, so now at this point, I want to show you what it looks like for us whenever we add a picture. All right, so let's say I want to bring a picture in and I want to put it right next to this first word over here. And I sort of want the text to wrap around it. Here's how we do that. All right, click on the insertion point. That is the place on your page where you want the image to go. And then you're going to look for these three dots on your toolbar up at the top. Click those and you'll see this little icon here, insert or edit image. So we'll choose that. And then in the general tab here, it's going to ask for our source. We'll choose the source button there. So we're going to pull the image from our computer. Let's say I want to use this one here. I'll click open. Like any other image that you add, You need to add some alternative text. I'm just going to say photo. And we can manually adjust the width here. So I want that to have a width of 300 by 200. I'll click save. Okay, now you can see what it did. It placed the picture right up here. But if you want the text to wrap around it, just select the image. Then you have these text wrapping options. I'll choose this option right here. See what it did? It's a lot nicer. You could add images and you could create them so that they are linked to other areas of your website or outside of your website. The way you do that is to just select the picture and then click the hyperlink button. And then you just type in the URL or paste it in. Okay. If you need to get rid of anything, it's just a matter of selecting it and striking the delete key on your keyboard. Remember, with everything, you also have the option to undo. That's right there on your toolbar. So if I decide, you know what, I really like this page. This is great. I'm going to go ahead and publish it. Let's see what it looks like. I'll refresh my page. And here we are. Okay. Any questions? Okay, let me delete that. And you can remove an entire block by clicking inside of it and then going over here to the trash can, and you can remove it from this particular layout. Also, if you're working with lots of blocks, you're able to move them around by just clicking on the handles just to the left of the block. Do you see that? Just move them where you want them to go. Okay, let's see what else we can add here to our pages. Click the Add button. Okay, we have photos. Let's choose that option. All right. This is going to be sort of like a photo gallery. We click Upload. Go from our computer. Here's 3 pictures. Just going to add those. I clicked the top one, then I held the Shift key and selected the last one in my list. It's going to upload them quickly, and it's going to ask for the alt text with each one, so we'll quickly enter that. I'll just say photo, and I'll copy that. And I'll add the same text here. Same text here. Here we go. If I click Publish, I should see them on my page. There's one picture, but look at what it's going to do. It's going to actually cycle through them like a slideshow. Now, how we change that is to go back here and look for our little gear. When we choose that, look at what we can do. We can have them be stacked or rotated through. Let's see what kind of a difference it makes if I choose the stacked option. I'll click Save and then Publish. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, there we go. It just places them on top of one another. Okay. Let's come back here. Let's see what else we can add. Click the Add button. Look at this option, Files. So let's say you want someone to come to your website and you want to make available a collection of PDFs that contain valuable information about your class or the services your department provides. You click Add, and then it's just a matter of locating the files and either dragging them in here or uploading them through the interface. So if I choose Upload, again, you can choose your computer, or you can actually connect this to your Google Drive. Anything in your drive, it'll pull in. All right. This is really easy. So I'm going to see if I have a document here. Here's a certificate. It's actually a PDF. I click open. You can see what it'll do. So one nice thing that I like here is if your PDF or document has a strange name, you actually have the option to rename it. And we do that by clicking on the three dots here. All right, we can say rename and then just select the text here. Important doc. All right, hit return, and then it titles it. If you click the dots again, you can see that you have the option to display it just with the file name, or you can have a little icon associated with it and a preview. See, so if I click publish, watch what that's going to look like on our website. Let me reload the page here. See? So not only does it list it, but it also gives us a preview of it. All right. I really don't care for that. I like them all just listed. Looks neater. If you want to get rid of any of this, just click your dots again and you can choose delete. Okay? And if you want to remove the entire block, just click that trash can. So that works with documents, it works with pictures, works with sound files, videos, anything you want to add there, make available as a download. All right, let's look at some other things here that we can add. We looked at files, not going to look at supply lists, but buttons is kind of neat. You click buttons. All right, I'm just going to title this button 1. Right. And then these are great because these are hot links. So if I want this button to take me to Google, any other website, say open that up in a new tab, and I publish this, and you can have lots of buttons going from left to right. Let me refresh my page here. There's my button. And then when I see how it changes color when you hover over it, when we click it, takes us wherever we told it to go. Now, if you want to style that button a little bit, okay, just click on the gear. Can't do a whole lot. You can either change it from black and it shifts to white or vice versa. You go from square to a rounded corner, right? That's your only options. You want to get rid of it, just choose it, and you can hit the trash can, or you could add more buttons to this block if you wanted to by just clicking add button. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. And then the other option here is to add a link. And I'm going to do a tutorial on this because it requires you go to another section, and it's a little more involved than I really want to get into here. You can put manual links here. Anything can be a link, really, if you wanted to. It's a matter of just selecting the graphic or the text and then just clicking the hyperlink button here. It's simple. But with these custom links that Edlio offers, they are pretty nice because you can bring in professionally designed graphics and associate them with the buttons, and it renders out really nicely. So be looking for a video tutorial on how to do that at a later time. Okay. So let me go ahead and publish this. There's a lot of other types of content that you can add, and I need to start picking up the pace here. If we come back to our main pages section by clicking on the hamburger menu, going to page menu, and then pages, you're going to see that we can add other pages that include videos, a full photo album, links, and a calendar. And so if you wanted to upload a video, you could choose this video option here. So I'm going to do that. All right, so it takes me to this video page. And at this point, it says my gallery is empty. We can go ahead and add something if we want. So I'll click new video or audio, and I will upload it. That's in my downloads folder. There's the sample video. I choose open. That will bring it in. I'll give it a title. Sample video. Don't have to give it a description. All right. I'll go ahead and save this. It may prompt me to add some alt text, may not. Yep, alt text cannot be blank. So I'll just type that in, save it. Okay, here we go. So now I come back to my page here. I should see a link automatically generated on the right that says video. So all of my posts, all of my pages are going to be able to be accessed via this hyperlink area over here on the right. If I click videos, it takes me right to the page. Here it is. And from here, I can play the video. See how easy this is? So in addition to the videos that you may take, you can also embed videos from YouTube if you wanted to. All right, so if we come back to this page and click new video or audio, look here, see this embed option? All you got to do is go to YouTube and copy that embed code. So if I go to YouTube, I got to be careful what pops up here. Okay. World's fat. This should be safe. All right. So I'm going to click that video.
Chasing the
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the little share icon. Here it is. And this little embed icon. So if I click that, it gives me the code that I'm going to need. So I'll just say copy. Now watch this. This is cool. We'll come back here and we will paste in the code. I'll give it a title, great video. All right. Then I'll click save. Okay. So now let me come back here. Oh, not going to let me. Here we go. So here's our video page. And there's that video that I just embedded. And I can watch it. Pretty easy. Okay. There are some other things that you can add, other different types of pages. And one I do want to focus on is sort of like a blog. And they're called posts in Edlio. And on your hamburger menu in the upper left-hand side, actually, yeah, you'll see the little post options down there at the bottom. Looks like a little pin. You'll also should see that if you go to the dashboard, down at the bottom here, it says posts. So if you wanted to sort of chronicle what's happening in your classes or maybe do a weekly newsletter, a post is a great way to do that. People can actually subscribe to it every time you make a new entry, and they can receive those automatically. There are 5 different types of posts. You can start with the text one here. Basically, you're going to enter a title and then the content for your post, and then you save it. It's simple, just a simple text document. All right, you can have a link post, photo post, file upload, and video. All right, it works just like a regular blog would. Okay. Again, that is in posts. And those will always appear, your posts, at the very bottom of your home page. So if we go to our dashboard and go back to pages, and we take a look at the public view, and we scroll down, you can see there's all of my posts right now. And every time you add content like these videos, that's going to automatically appear down here. Okay. I got 7 minutes. Got to show you how you can connect to Google Classroom. All right. And it's actually really, really easy. right? This is a great feature, and it allows parents to see what's taking place in Google Classroom in terms of the assignments that you post. It could be that a child comes home and is asked, what did you do today? Do you have any work that needs to be done? And they say no. Well, if the teacher has linked their Google Classroom page to Edlio, the teacher is actually able to go to the website and they can see all the assignments listed there, right? So here's how we make that connection. We click on the hamburger menu here and we go to classes, right? And we'll click classes. I've already connected this account to Google Classroom, but the way you do it is quite easy. You click the add class icon here. And if you've not done this before, it's going to ask you to pick your Google account. It's simple. You just choose you and then go through the steps. Like I said, I've already done that. So I'm going to import from my Google Classroom. And it should show me that I have 3 classes already connected, but I just created this art class that I want to connect as well. So if I click there and then click next, then it's going to ask me, all right, what's the department we want this associated with? I'll just choose one. This would fall into the category of fine arts. So I'll choose that. I'll say connect and add classes. And there it is. I've got it. Now, if I need to go in and edit this class, and most teachers will go in this way so that they can upload their syllabus, what they'll do is they'll find down here towards the bottom this little section that says attach class files. And at that point, what they would do is they would locate their syllabus and edit. We'll show you what that'll look like here in just a second. First, we'll navigate to our Google Drive right here. So we click select a file. Then we'll go to our Google Drive and I'll type in syllabus. And then if we choose it, it automatically converts the Google Doc to a PDF, attaches it, click save, and we're done. So now what does that look like? If I come back over here to my teacher page and scroll down, there are all my connected Google Classrooms, links to them. All right, so I don't have to do anything else in Edlio at this point. Everything's going to flow down. So if a parent clicks on there, it's going to take them to this Google Classroom specific page. Now, I don't have any content here because I haven't posted any assignments. So that's why this is blank. But you'll notice there's that syllabus that we just posted that they can access if they want to. All right. So if you want a little bit of information about your class to appear here, that's actually done in a specific section of your Google Classroom page. And I do want to show you where that is. So if I go to the art demo class and then I click on the gear icon here, underneath class description, let me grab some of this filler text here so you can see. Okay, I'll copy that. And then I'll paste it in and then save that. Now notice, when I come back here, if I refresh, I don't see it. So I have to do a manual sync. So what that means is I'll come back here to my menu, go to classes, classes once more. And then you're going to see this little icon, this little link. It says update now. So normally Edlio talks to Google Classroom once a day, every 24 hours, and it's usually at night. So you can wait for that to occur, or you can run it manually by clicking update now. At that point, the two services will talk to one another. And then if you do make a change on the Google Classroom side and then refresh your page, you should see it there. Make sense? Okay, wow. Well, we got through all of it. It is 4:28. If any of you have any questions, I would be happy to entertain them right now. Those of you who are joining virtually, if you want to ask something, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away. If we don't have any questions, everyone is entitled to a certificate of completion. So what I'd like everyone to do at this point is to go back to that Google Doc that we shared with you. And in the lower right-hand corner, you see where it says training certificate. Go ahead and click there and then click on that link. It'll take you to this page. Okay, go ahead and enter your name here, your first and your last name. All right, I'll go ahead and do it with you. All right, today's date is going to be the 21st. Our session title, that is Edlio, Teacher Websites. And we're going to say this is close enough to an hour. So we'll click that option, and then we'll click Submit. Okay, in about 30 seconds, an email should hit your inbox with a PDF certificate with the info that you just provided. All right, that's all we have for today. I want to thank everyone for joining us. If you joined us in person or remotely, it's always appreciated to see everyone. All right, so we'll let you know when the next training session is. And if you need anything, reach out to me, tlarson@alcoaschools.net. Thanks for viewing and participating today. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Have a great day.
You too.